Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Boy, it is so good to be back in studio. I haven't been here for a hot minute after being sick and dead. Oh God, the work. Well, yes, it's good to be back in studio. Hi, everybody. My name is Kathya Davis, host of the Sports Talk. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101. And I'm so excited. You probably be like, Kathya, you're sounding a little bit excited. It is because I am still reveling in that victory last night in Montego Bay. Big up to all the Montegonians who came out last night at the Montego Bay Sports Complex to support our reggae girls. All hailing to all the Montegonians. It was good to see you guys, yes. And it was good to have the girls put on such a show last night. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to also talk about some netball because, yes, the Sunshine Girls, they defeated England in that Horizon Series 2-1, winning both their home games right here in Kingston, Jamaica. So that, and we have a new sport. Well, I haven't discussed this sport since I've been here on this show, but today we're going to be also interviewing somebody from the Squash Association of Jamaica. Right. And we're going to be talking about some tournaments as it relates to that. So it's going to be an exciting show. As you can see, football is still on. Today is the Champions Cup. I can't believe that we're now at the first... We are not at the first title for the football season. And I was saying to a friend, I don't remember the Champions Cup being the first cup to be decided. And my friend was reminding me because clearly COVID took away my brain. So I'm not remembering. I'm not remembering, but the Champions Cup usually come just between the Walker Cup, Ben Francis, and the Walker Cup, the Ben Francis Cup. I don't know who is calling me when I'm on here, but yeah. Right. Between the Walker Cup and the Ben Francis Cup, and then you normally have the Champions Cup, then the Manning Cup, then the Acosta Cup, then the Olivia Shield. But because they've now been playing, because the Walker Cup, Ben Francis Cup has become, I don't want to call it a loser cup, but it's the only way that I can describe it. It's basically Walker Cup, Ben Francis have now become the loser cup, technically. So what has been happening over the past few years is that ISA has created it into a grand final, having Walker Cup and then the Manning Cup finals, and then having the Ben Francis and then the Acosta Cup finals. So back to what I was saying, the first cup will be decided. The first football title will be decided today at the National Stadium. And well, we are grateful for the rain, but we're also grateful for the sun. Also, happening at Sabina Park is the second test between the West Indies and Bangladesh. Now, the rain was delayed. I think just about now there is going to be another review coming up to see if the grounds not ready for the start of the match this morning at 10 o'clock. The game was delayed because the grounds was still waterlogged. Right. So there was water on, and they had to be, doing what they do. The groundsmen, the professional ground staff at the Sabina Park have been trying, but we know that it has been raining. If you are on this side of the island, know that it has been raining consistently from about Sunday until now. So, they've had a bit of work to do. So we should be seeing or getting an update. I'll give you an update later down in the show to tell you whether or not the game has started. But yes, people, lots and lots to talk about. We already know that football is still going on. The Jamaica Premier League is still going on. The international break is over. So we're back to talking about what's going on in the English Premier League and where is Liverpool compared to everybody else. Because yeah, Liverpool is Liverpooling right now at the top of the table, but we're gonna talk about that and so much more. Yeah. So yes, so we're gonna just get right into it. All right, let's start off with the English Premier League as we usually do. Brentford, they had a stunning. My sister and I was watching the Brentford match this morning, and she's like, "Brentford scored again." But yes, Brentford, they defeated Leicester City 4-1. I think Bobby de Cordova-Reid, that's the Jamaican player who Bobby had missed our last international break, or he missed the last set of games because his wife was having a child. So it was good to see him come on, even though Bobby came on in the 80th minute. So he got a few minutes today with Leicester. His side went down 4-1 to Brentford. And then it was 1-1 between Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Nottingham Forest, they defeated Ipswich by 1-0. Bournemouth, they were 4-2 winners over Wolves. And currently, after 40 minutes, Arsenal, they're currently leading West Ham by 4-1. All right. And then the other games to come up in the English Premier League, I'll tell you about those games later. And I'm just seeing now that West Ham has scored. So it's now a 6-goal thriller after 41 minutes in the game between Arsenal and West Ham. And then we go to as I said, I was telling you the other games to come up today, or rather, right. So my bad. Right. So tomorrow, Manchester United, they will play Everton. Chelsea will play Aston Villa tomorrow. Tottenham will play Fulham. And Liverpool will play Manchester City, which is set to be an interesting game since these teams are now at the top of the table, and that will end out round 13 in the English Premier League. Yeah, man, I was wondering why I was not hearing that. So currently, Liverpool, just telling you just before the matches tomorrow, Liverpool, they're currently on 31 points at the top of the table. They are playing tomorrow. Arsenal, they're currently in second on 25 points. And Manchester City, who are the defending champions, they are on 23 points. And of course, I said themselves and Liverpool, they will play tomorrow. Brighton, they're in fourth place on 23 points, and Chelsea, who will play tomorrow, is in fifth place on 22 points. So I suppose if Manchester City wins tomorrow, then they will get a chance to cut down that deficit a little from Liverpool. If Liverpool wins tomorrow, it means that they will be even more, they will open up their lead at the top of the English Premier League table. All right, let's talk about what's happening at the bottom of the English Premier League table. Wolves, they currently are in 18th place, just by goal difference, on 9 points. Ipswich, they're in 19th place, they're 2 on 9 points, and Southampton, they're in 20th place on 5 points. There's really no much room right now between 15th place and 20th place, as Everton are in 15 place, 11 points. Leicester, 16th place, 10 points, and Crystal Palace, 17th place on 9 points. So it's still the battle to be won in the relegation zone. And as I said over and over again, it always gets interesting at the relegation zone because, trust me, those are the teams who don't want to go down. They're the ones who are going to play for their lives when it comes on to the back end of the season. So we'll see if Liverpool is still able to keep their lead at the top of the English Premier League, or if, another team is able to come. And, right in the English Premier League, we know how it goes. It only takes you 1, 2, 3 games to lose a game, you draw a game, another team wins 2 games, and then all of a sudden you find yourself from the top of the table. Right now, Manchester City, they're really in a rut. This is now what? 6 games in a row. They've lost now. Coach Pep has come out to say, don't worry, we'll be okay. Yeah, we're not sure, but when has Manchester City not come through when they said they were going to come through, right? So, yeah, right. So let's look now at what's happening in the Jamaica Premier League. We're talking about the results from last week. That would be round number 11. And then we'll talk about the upcoming games coming in round number 12. But before we go into the Premier League per se, the Premier League team, Cavalier, they have now a 1-love lead going into their finals, that CONCACAF finals. They would have played Tuesday at the National Stadium. They won that game, so they're going to the Dominican Republic with a 1-love lead. Yes. So we wish the Cavalier team all the best as they play that match. We're just going to go for our first break on Sports Talk, and then we're going to come back to discuss some more football. And of course, I said we have some interviews on the show that you want to stick around to hear from these people today. All right, we'll be right back.
Truth is, you can live life to the fullest with HIV. This time signal is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The time is...
It's now 1:15 right here on the family station, Love 101 FM.
We have all been there. You feel the flu coming on and you want to catch it early before you start feeling horribly sick. But between syrups, rubs, drops, pills, and sprays, it's hard to know what to use for which symptom. Don't worry, when it comes to everything cold and flu, choose Pharmacold and Flu. This little tablet relieves nasal congestion, sore throat, pain, and fever. Get on with your day with Pharmacold and Flu. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
The Jamaica Institute of Financial Services, in collaboration with the Jamaica Bankers Association, present the annual Identity and Document Authentication Seminar, Building Resilience, Securing the Future, Wednesday, December 4. Join us for an in-depth seminar designed to address the growing threats posed by false documentations and identification. 876-764-5051-2 or visit gifsjm.org.
Keep your career options open for local and overseas job opportunities in the booming hospitality and tourism industry with City and Guild and ABE endorsed certification at Distinction College. Start online and face-to-face classes very soon in a career of high demand for workers globally and get certified in housekeeping, food preparation, waitering, travel, tourism, and hospitality, bartending and mixology, customer service, call center, cake baking and decorating, airline ticketing, no subjects required, no age limit. Register this week and get an additional course for free. Call Distinction College at 876-356-4167 or 354-8560. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, Rios online or St. Elizabeth.
Hardware. All I want for Christmas is a customer appreciation Christmas sale. Friday and Saturday, November 29 and 30, and Sunday, December 1 to 15% off on electrical, household, plumbing, and selected building material. Conditions apply. Live outside broadcast on Love 101. Call 876-458-4949. 876-548-3050. Host Hardware. 4 Bevan Penn, St. John's Road, Spanish Town. November 29, 30, and December 1.
All right. Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And we were talking about, I was just going into what's happening in the Jamaica Premier League. I was going to give you, the results from match week number 11, I believe. Yes, match week number 11, because this week we're going to have match week number 12 coming up. All right, so actually, I'll just give you... Right. Right, I'll just give you the games coming up in match week number 12. Tomorrow, Sunday, December 1, yes. Dunbeholden, they will play Palmer United at the Dunbeholden Sports Complex. That game kicks off at 3 p.m. And then Chapelton Maroon, they will play Tivoli Gardens at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. That also kicks off at 3 o'clock. And then there'll be another 3 o'clock game between Mount Pleasant and Mullines United that will take place at the Drax Hall Sports Complex. That one kicks off at 3 also. And the last game for tomorrow, that will be Racing versus Humber Lion, 3 p.m. at the Ferdinita Park. On Monday Night Football, we will see Harborview and Ver Phoenix at 5 p.m. at the doubleheader at Waterhouse Mini Stadium. So the first game kicks off at 5, and the second game kicks off at 7:45, which is Waterhouse versus Arnick Gardens, and that should be a very, 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 very interesting game, as I now see that Arsenal has scored another point. All right, so coming out of match week number 11, it's Arnick Gardens. They're currently at the top of the table on 21 points. Waterhouse in second on 21 points as well. Montego Bay United, they're in third on 20 points, and Portmore United in fourth on 20 points. So still close going, because Mount Pleasant, they're in fifth on 19 points. So very close going at the top of the table. The defending champions, Cavalier, they will have approximately 3 games in hand when they come back to play in the Jamaica Premier League after the final that they will take part in. At the bottom of the Premier League right now, it's Ver Phoenix. They're on 9 points. Humber Lion on 9, and Chapelton Maroons on 9. So it's still close going, because between places 8th and 14th, it's only separated by 2 points. So things are still going as it relates to what's happening in the Jamaica Premier League. Of course, I always encourage us to go out and support the Jamaica Premier League, who has been signing through the JPFL, been signing deals after deals after deals after deals. So a lot is happening for local football. A lot of development is happening for local football. This product has become something that, corporate Jamaica has now stepped up and now investing in local football. And it's now us as fans to now go out and support. Yes, that is our responsibility, to go out and support. All right, skip quickly, yes. Now to what's going on in the schoolboy football. Earlier this week, we had last weekend was the keep on calling it Super Cup. I know that is showing you how I'm not used to Champions Cup, Kathya, Champions Cup. Last week we had the Champions Cup semi-finals, where JC and Glenmuir, they were victors in their semi-finals over Ocho Rios and Kingston College, respectively. That final, as I said, will take place today at the National Stadium. Kickoff time is at 5 p.m. Also, the finalists for the Ben Francis and the Walker Cup have been decided. For the Walker Cup, I'm sure it's Mona versus Mona versus Excelsior. Yes. So on Thursday we had the Walker Cup semifinals. Excelsior, they played Wilmers in torrential rain. They were able to win 2-0 over Wilmers boys, and Mona and Stats, and boy, that was for me maybe the game of the week, because Mona, they scored in the first half. was playing okay for most of the game, and stats probably within the last kick in the in the time for 90 minutes, they were able to equalize, and then the game went to penalties. And for Stats to lose another time on penalties to Mona, I just feel that this team is feeling like some other teams who feel like when they meet Stats, they can't beat them. So Stats misses out on that finals, and Mona gets a chance to put their hands on their first Walker Cup when they will take on Excelsior. Coming up this week, though, we're going to be having the Manning Cup semi-finals. So JC, first let me tell you, KC is going to play Heidel, right? Well, I don't know. Something is up, you know. For sure, KC is gonna play Heidel, and JC is in that other semi-final. I'll soon tell you who they will play. Those semi-finals come up on Tuesday, as the final for the Manning Cup will be on Friday. To me, I don't know. Maybe others will disagree, but JC is gonna play Saturday. They're gonna play Tuesday, and I believe the Manning Cup finals is on Friday. If you ask me, that's a quick turnaround, because that's 3 games in the space of probably less than a week. That would be very interesting to see how this JC team, and I know they do have good managers at JC, would be interested to see how this JC team manages or will manage their player throughout the next 3 games. One which is a final, one is a semi-final that they'll be into, and another which will possibly, that semi-final will land them into a final. Speaking of JC, there's been a lot in the news regarding their goalkeeper, Mr. Lynch, and his ban from, well, if you, from the last week's game, so in terms of when he was supposedly handed the ball outside of the area, he was red carded, sent off in that game against Ochery, as JC ended up winning the game 2-0. Based on reports that were received, there was some exchange with him and the referee in the locker room after the game, and the disciplinary committee of ISA decided that they were not only going to uphold the 1 match ban that the straight red card gave him, but also to add an additional 2 games to his ban. Coach of JC, Mr. Ferguson, Davian Ferguson, has come out and pretty much cried foul to say, you know, he felt, or he feels as if Lynch is being hard done. But I'm a little in between with this one, and let me just tell you quickly my thoughts. ISA is run by principals, yes, and if you know principals, they're all about ensuring that the rules are followed to the T, and rules should be followed to the T, but sometimes it begs you to think, right, and also to wonder if previous incidents, like the dental incidents, like other incidents that would have happened throughout the season, it begs you to think if those are in the back of this disciplinary committee who is formed by principals, if these decisions are made based on, you know, a compilation and not just making a decision for this situation that is right in front of you. I've also openly expressed that as a part of the disciplinary committee for ISA, I do believe that an external party needs to be a part of that disciplinary committee, or more than one, because when it is that you try to it also, and I'm not saying that this is happening, but it also opens the door for you to think if these principals, this disciplinary committee, if they're able to compartmentalize to say, I'm looking at this situation, I'm looking at this student, I'm not thinking about the entire back and forth that I have to deal with. And I'm not thinking about the school. I'm just taking the match reports from the referees, and I suspect from the commissioner, the game commissioner, the ISA representative in terms of the commissioner of the game, and ensuring that the rules are followed based on the facts presented in this case, and not necessarily using other things. Because one of the things that Coach Davian Ferguson alluded to in his response to what is happening with Lynch is that, basically accusing Issa or the body of having something against Lynch, who missed the entire season last year because of some ineligibility issues. So, yeah, it begs you to wonder. So, yes, schoolboys are to be, and this rule is to be followed. Whether or not the rule is to be followed, my concern is in carrying out the rule, in carrying out the discipline, if it is that this committee is able to compartmentalize outside of the other issues and just deal with the issues based on facts. That's all. Yeah. So, but we still look forward to as I said, the first schoolboy football title will be decided today at 5:00. That's JC versus Glenmuir. If Glenmuir wins, this would be their second time winning this Champions Cup, having won last year. And if JC wins, this will be their third time, and they will become the winningest team in the Champions Cup, going just above Kingston College. So a lot to play for later, and I'm sure this JC team is coming even more, especially with the current situation that's happening with Lynch. So it will be an interesting game to watch. So if you can, it's very sunny outside in Kingston. So if you can, I say, go and join or support, and wherever you're able to watch it, you know where to watch it. You can go and watch the game. All right, we're going to go for another break, but on the other side of the break, we'll be having a special interview coming up. Stay with us right here on Sports Talk on the Family Station, Love 101 FM.
Shop and win a mega from Megamart. Spend $6,000 or more before GCP at any Megamart location and fill out the entry form provided for a chance to win a brand new stove, fridge, and microwave this Christmas from Appliance Traders Limited. Visit us on social media to win monthly prizes courtesy of Lasco, Grace Foods, and Facey Commodity Company Limited. Promotion runs from September 30 to December 6th. Shop now to win a mega kitchen from Megamart. Value by far. Conditions apply. Must be 18 years or older to enter. Authorized under Section 58(3) of Fighting Gaming and Watches Act.
The report is out.
What report?
The Constitutional Reform Committee's report of recommendations.
Recommendations on what?
On how we move from a monarchy to a republic, of course.
So what's in it?
The creation of the office of president and changes to our parliament. Yes, man. It also includes a new qualification for membership in parliament. I know you want to see that one.
Read the full report at roadtorepublic.mlca.gov.jn.
We are on the road to republic.
Every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on Love 101, you're invited to listen to The Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie. There is life beyond the surface, life that is divine, life that is eternal, and you can hear the truth of God's word and go deeper in purpose. Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie, Sundays 2:30 to 3 p.m. on the Family Station, Love 101.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event.
Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register or just click the link in our Instagram bio. Let's make this season unforgettable.
Make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And we're going to go into our first interview that we have for today, which I'm so excited for. I am joined now by Zodi Green, and she is, she made her debut, Zodi, right? You can tell me, for the Sunshine Girls Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday at the National Indoor Sports Center, and we'll be joined shortly by Coach Shasha. But Zodi, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm fine. I'm doing good. Really
Tell me.
embracing the victory.
Great. I love that. Tell me, it was your first cap for the Sunshine Girl. Is this first cap at the senior level or first cap for any age group in the Sunshine Girl?
First cap overall for the senior or anyone at all. I did go to New Zealand for the Fast Five, but my first cap was on Tuesday. I was so grateful for Miss to put me on, and I think I went out there and I did my best.
I did watch you when you came on, and I've heard so much about you in terms of the local league. So when I saw you got a chance to come on, I was so excited to see you, and you did come on and make an impact, even though it was just a few minutes that you were on. But tell me, what has been the spirit? What has the spirit been like in the camp?
To be honest, it has been very motivating and very exciting because the senior girls and the bigger girls, well, the more experienced players, because some of them are a bit younger than me in age, but like they are so motivating and very energetic. So the vibes and the camaraderie is very good out there because like even when you think you make a mistake, they're behind you. Nothing is wrong with that. We all make mistakes. Let's go again. Push through. So they're always motivating you and telling you to continue and keep strong. And it really is a very good feeling to be around them and to be able to play with them. Seeing that from a younger age, I've been watching them and saying, I can't wait to be a part of the team. And so to get the experience to train with them, play with them, and everything, it was really an amazing opportunity.
And you said you went to the Fast Five. Tell me, I spoke to Kimon last week, but tell me, how was the Fast Five for you?
Well, it was my first experience and it was very exciting. It was a good opportunity. The environment was very energetic and vibrant. And to be honest, I learned a lot. I think what I learned over by the Fast Five kind of helped me to adjust when coming to play with the ladies on the Horizon series, because there were things that I had to learn over there in order to come and really give of my best like I did Tuesday. So I think that playing against those girls over there really helped me to understand that there are certain things that I might have thought that would be called by umpires, but it really gives you a different feeling playing against these persons and players that you have watched over the years. You learn a lot when you get to see them and meet them in person.
All right, great. And joining us on the phone now is Coach Shasha Henry. Hi, Coach. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Still reveling in your series win, Coach.
Yeah, just trying to, pick up the pieces.
Okay, how you this was your first time leading the coach, I mean leading the team as without being a co-coach, isn't it? No?
Yes, it is.
Okay, how was it for you?
I mean, it's a humbling feeling. I mean, it was good. I think I have a good support system. I think my assistant and the managers and my analysts made the job a little bit easier. We blended well as a group. The girls also, made it a little bit warm because, you have known them for such a long time. Some of them, not the first time you're working with them, but I mean, the overall environment, the support from Netball Jamaica, yeah. I think it's a holistic from your family also. They're there for you. So I think it has given me an opportunity to grow and to really try to work hard at what we set out to work for.
Great. Do you think, Coach, being a former player yourself, how has that helped you to kind of, create programs for these girls?
I mean, being a player, it does help. I mean, you understand how players will feel, you understand how the atmosphere will be, you understand what it takes to really achieve certain things. So I definitely think playing actually does in terms of coaching.
All right. And so walk me through the series now, Coach, because first game in England, I remember staying up so late to watch that game. Well, first game in England, we were able to draw that game. Second game, we kind of looked a little bit behind the ball, and I mean, maybe just tired. We come to Jamaica, we win the first game by 1 point, level the series. But in the fourth game, and I'm like, I wonder if the what happened in England is gonna happen again. And the girls really rose to the occasion. Walk me through the 4 games within this series.
I mean, I think the 4 games were of high. It was a highly competitive game. It was intense. We have to give kudos to England because they are one of the best teams in the world, and we're competing against them. So that's where we want to be, and where we always want to compete against the top to show them that, hey, Jamaica is here. We are one that you should look out for because we're coming. For us as a group, I think we did extremely well. We started out with a draw, and any team could have won at that game. It came down to the team being more disciplined, who reacted more, who capitalized more on the other person's deficit. And I think both teams did well. I think we had an opportunity to win the game in the latter part. We didn't do that well. I think when England went up, we really worked hard defensively to get it back. And that was good resilience from the team so that we can come from behind and win. However, what we wanted to do is when we went to game 2, we lost by 8 goals. A lot of, as you said, behind the ball, we were a bit static. I think we didn't come through on the zone well enough. And holistically as a group, when our opportunities come, we didn't capitalize on it. Game 3, a much better game from us in terms of working our through court play and our center passes, and I think that gave us a good, momentum. Also behind us was the crowd. The crowd did do a lot for us. The final game, we really saw the need of pushing even harder because I think our back-to-back games did not go well for us, so we wanted to improve on that, and I think we did that extremely well. And can I say it was a holistic effort from both teams. The team. We didn't start. We started flat. We built on that, so that was good. The third game we led all the game, right? So there are improvements, and then we had a little deficit in the fourth game. Overall, I think defensively, our defenders were awesome. I mean, they kept us in the game, and the good thing about our final game was that we actually didn't allow them. So while they were working hard to come back, we ensured that we scored, and that was very important. And it was just a holistic effort. The crowd was also a big deal for us. I think the crowd was just, I mean, they gave us a life, they gave the crowd a little rush.
Player number 8. They're a player number 8.
I mean, we played big arena. Our arena is not big as the one in England that we played. And it was a bigger crowd. And trust me, our crowd was just behind. I think it even, I don't want to say it's scared England, but I think our girls really, feed off the crowd and the energy, and for them to have done such a good job for this series, the first series from last World Cup. It shows that yes, we have what it takes to do well, and we just all need to build and be big on player development, especially locally, because our local players really don't get the opportunity to play in this type of atmosphere compared to our overseas players. So one thing for sure we want to do is let our new players give them a game. We want them to play, So for me, we are excited. We believe we are at a good pace in terms of where we are starting as a group in our 4-year cycle. And, we're just hoping that we'll just grow and build and build and build and get better and just compete more. Because the more we compete with these top teams, is the better we'll get to have a chance of becoming number one.
Right. And I mean, I'm definitely so proud. You've literally put everything into, based on your response, Coach Henry. But the next thing I want to talk about quickly before we have to go is this now commitment to rehabilitate the netball house. That's a big thing for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I was in that house and it just came, so it means so much for me. It was a space where, we have kids, and it was a safe space for us to just go relax. We could get time to do assignments. We could get a little peace of mind, nobody to call us, nobody to stress us. So for us, the house is just a blessing. And, we have to just thank Marva Bernard and her team, Friends of Netball, who have been working extremely hard to get this house up and running. It's very beautiful. It's awesome inside now. And we have so many teams that are coming in. We have our under 16, our under 21. We have the senior team. And it just shows that the house is highly used,
Mm-hmm.
So it's always going to need cash to carry it. We need people to clean it. We need people to be there to cut the lawn. The space is very big. And for us, when we get the time, it's a place where that we can bond. We are not as fortunate as the other top 3 teams who professionally they live, they eat, they sleep netball, and they can afford to be in these spaces. Sometimes it's hard for us because there's no finances,
Yeah.
A lot of times to take care of things the way how they need to be taken care of. We have sponsors on board and we're glad for that, but I think there's still a need, just to have that house well kept, so the girls can just relax, thrive, build, and do all the necessary things that they need to do.
Definitely. And I see Zodi smiling because clearly Zodi has been to the house. Zodi saying, yes, coach. Zodi's online. You're not seeing her in the coach anymore. Zodi is saying, yes. But we are so proud of the Sunshine Girls coach. The Sunshine Girl has been I'd say it without any apologies, the most consistent sporting team we have in this country. And I'm glad to see the support it's getting. And I'm hoping for more support, more corporate Jamaican, other sponsors to come on to support. Congratulations again, coach, on the win. Zodi, it was great to see you on the court. And I'm hoping to see much more of you at the senior level. So coach, all the best. I'm looking forward to what is to come for 2025 for this squad, and Zodi, hoping to see you in the squad. Thank you both for coming on to the Sports Talk. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. That was Coach Shasha Henry and Zodi Green, she made her debut for the senior team on Tuesday. And Coach Shasha Henry, this is her first time, coaching the team when they were in Christchurch, New Zealand. She was a co-coach, but she was really in charge at this series. Well done for the Sunshine Girls for winning that series 2-1. We're going to go for a final break right here on Sports Talk. And then we have another interview coming right after the break.
Want extra control over your debit card? Block or unblock your debit card instantly with the NCB mobile app, keeping it safe even while it's in your wallet. See any suspicious activity? Just open the app, tap block, and it's protected instantly. Or if you've misplaced your card, no worries. Block it temporarily while you look. Then, when you're ready, simply tap unblock, enter your RSA token code, and be back in action. Take charge of your security today and put the power to protect your funds in your hands.
Skill yourself and earn what you are worth with international advanced diplomas and associate degrees at IIRQ Engineering and Technical College. Registered with UCJ, JTech, and an approved City and Guild Center. Get trained at global standards in 9 to 18 months and earn advanced diplomas and associate degrees in electronic and electrical engineering, logistics and supply chain management, motor vehicle repairs, business management, food prep, and food and beverage. Day, evening, and Saturday classes begin very soon. Register this week and choose a payment plan that suits you. Visit us at 32 Hope Road, Kingston, or call 876-322-4029. IIRQ, your premium technical college choice. This holiday season, JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union Limited wants you to spruce up your celebrations with our Christmas home loan. It's up to $200,000 at fixed interest rate, your credit check, and up to 24 months to repay. It's never been a better time to join. Membership is easy and you may be eligible. Conditions apply. Call us or visit www.jpscu.com to learn more and get started today. JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union Limited, your financial partner for life.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event.
Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register, or just click the link in our Instagram bio. Let's make this season unforgettable.
And make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. The name is Kathya, and we go right into our next interview. As I said, this is the first time I'm talking about this particular sport here on this show, but I have a member of the Jamaica Squash Association, Mr. Joey Levy. Joey, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Kathya. Thanks for having me.
Great. So currently, Joey, the Jamaica Squash Association is having their international tournament. It ends today, actually. So maybe you want to give us an update first before we go into the other things.
Sure. So this is actually the first time we're having this particular tournament. It's a Jamaica Invitational. And what we decided to do this year is, in addition to having some of our top players in Jamaica, we thought we would invite some of the other players from the Caribbean. So it was a little bit of a last minute change. So we sent out invites to the other associations in the Caribbean. We didn't get the participation we were necessarily hoping for, but we still got 3 Caribbean players to add a little flavor to our local tournament, to add on to our list of local players. So it's actually been quite a good tournament, successful tournament so far.
All right, great. So tell me, because I know that Jamaica's Squash Association is working in terms of being able to build the sport in Jamaica and the Caribbean. Tell me about that work.
Yeah, so I mean, the sport is not it's a difficult thing to compete with sports like cricket and track and field and netball and in Jamaica where they get a lot of the attention, a lot of the eyes. But squash is a sport that's been around for a while on a smaller scale, but Jamaica has been pretty successful in it in the Caribbean in the past. And we are at the moment trying to the association is trying to kind of expand the reach and introduce more people to the sport. We think it's a, we in the sport love it. It's a great sport for casual players who are looking to get some exercise. And it also opens up um, good opportunities for especially for youngsters who are looking to be serious about it. Opportunities to travel and compete across the Caribbean and around the world in some cases. So we're looking to expand our reach. We don't think we'll ever get to the point of competing with our football or cricket, but we would like to expand and get more eyes on the sport, get more players participating.
Right, Joey, how expensive it? Because I mean, people look at squash and they would say squash is like I don't want to say uptown sport, but how expensive it is in terms of the rackets and the instruments that are used in squash.
You can get expensive equipment, but it's not, when you compare it to something like cricket, because I also played a lot of cricket, not so much anymore, but there's nothing as expensive as cricket. So there are ways that we have where we can facilitate, especially new players who would like to come in and try it out. We have deals where we can provide equipment for certain camps, training camps, and that kind of thing. One of our challenges, honestly, is having the courts available. They're not that many around the place, and some of the ones that are available are kind of private access only. So we're looking to expand. We're looking to make arrangements with the clubs, especially to maybe facilitate more free entry while we get people expand the reach of the sport and get especially school programs involved in squash.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. It's one of the things that we know is a challenge for us, and it's something we're definitely working on.
Right. I was just about to ask you about the introduction of squash in schools, because I've seen the lacrosse association, gone out to do that. What are the plans, and how soon will the plans be implemented in terms of squash in schools?
Yeah. So we have a couple of schools that have programs now. But I think what we're looking to do is, especially starting next year, is you see the association is made up of volunteers, so it's not always easy to find time to go out and do the outreach to the schools and make the
Right.
arrangements. So at the moment, we're trying to find sponsorship to bring on a full-time head coach, kind of slash technical director, who can
Okay.
focus on those things. We have a limited number of qualified coaches in Jamaica, and as I said, a lot of it is volunteering, and people have their full-time jobs, so it's hard to spend a lot of time doing it. So we want to bring somebody in, somebody who's focused on it, somebody who can work with the association to go to the schools to get them involved, even at the introductory level, and then start to build it from there to the point where hopefully we can even have a inter-schools program. We had something like this going before COVID, where we had a lot more participation, but COVID happened and it affected a lot of sports, a lot of businesses, and we're looking to rebuild from there, from where we were.
All right, and talk to me just before you go, Joey, about, I would say, our two top squash players. So that would be Bruce Bowers and Meher Tiran.
Yeah, Mehar Trehan, she is, I think she's 17 years old. She is the number one seed in our tournament this year. And she played number one for Jamaica in the Caribbean Senior Championships in Guyana in the summer. She really stepped up to the plate. It was her first senior championships, and she did really well. She competed. There were some tough battles for her, but she competed really well. She unfortunately in this tournament she won 3 of her 5 matches, but unfortunately has gotten a little bit of the flu and so is unable to play in the big match that was supposed to be later against the number 2 seed, Sanjana. But we hope she recovers quickly and is back on court soon. But the other game we have, the men's final tonight, should be very interesting. Our number 1 seed, Ashanti Smith, he came through a tough 5-setter last night against Jonathan Hope of the Bahamas. And today he'll be playing longtime rival Bruce Burrows, who's one of our top players and has reached many Jamaican championship finals. So that should be a good one, a good battle tonight, starting around 8 p.m. And that's the final of the Jamaica Invitational.
And where will this final be, Joey?
Final is at Ligani Club. So we hope anybody interested in squash will come out and have a watch. We have matches starting from 6 p.m. We're playing out the positions. So even we have our 5th to 8th playoff, our 9th place playoff for the men,
Right.
and a couple of the ladies matches. The ladies format was a round robin, so we still have a couple of matches to go tonight, even though Mayhar is unable to play our match later. So we have about 4 or 5 matches this evening, capping it off with the men's final at 8 p.m. So.
All right. So if you want to see some squash, you can go out and support at the Ligani Club later from about 5 p.m. onwards, 6 p.m. onwards, and the big game comes up at 8 p.m. tonight. Joey, thank you so much for joining us today on Sports Talk. I'm hoping that maybe early next year I'll be able to catch up with you again to see what the progress is with squash, and maybe one day I can come by, have a sit down, and maybe learn a little bit about squash. I've only seen it on my television. I really don't know anything about it.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, and we'd love to introduce you to the sport.
I'd love to learn. I'd love to learn. So yeah. I'll take you up on that, Joey. Thank you so much.
One more thing, I just want to say that we have it on social media. We'll be streaming the matches later. Jamaica Squash Association is on Instagram and on Facebook. So just search Jamaica Squash Association, and we'll be streaming the matches as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Joey.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. That's Joey Levy from the Jamaica Squash Association. Of course, the Jamaica Invitational concludes this evening at the Ligani Club between the hours of 6 to 8 p.m. And of course, if you're not able to go there, you can join them on their social media, Jamaica Squash Association. And Joey, I'll stay true to my promise of coming one day to learn a little bit more about this squash. This has been Sports Talk. G's and P's, I'm out of time already. And Karim is in here about to run me out of the studio. But yeah, big up to the Reggae Girls. The next match will be Monday night at 7:30 at the Montego Bay Sports Complex, Catherine Hall, as we know it. And of course, Manning Cup finals come up on Tuesday. Champions Cup final today. It's just sports all around. So this has been Sports Talk. And yes, this has been Sports Talk. So my sister can hear, right? This has been Sports Talk on the family station, Love 101 FM. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. Have a great afternoon. Bye, everyone.